This is a wild book, if I've ever heard of one. It's just incredible. You don't know whether to take it seriously or not. You've all heard the expression, you are what you eat. Oh, not to this lady. She came up with a book called You Are Who You Eat. You are who you eat. Yeah, it contains a revolutionary new cannibal diet. You believe that? And the book is loaded with laughter and humor like crazy. Yeah. On every page, there's a laugh or two, and you'll really enjoy it. But some people take the book very seriously, and it does have its serious aspects. But there's, as I say, there's a lot of good humor here. Ina grew up in New York, and she and her dad and other members of the family used to travel quite a bit from New York across the country. And periodically, her father would stop the car or something and think of a cannibal joke. Am I right? Something like that. And the children had to laugh, otherwise he was going to jump them off, you know. No, but seriously, it's very interesting how she's promoting this book dealing with the revolutionary new cannibal diet. In fact, she discovered a restaurant. This is the truth. There's a restaurant, I believe, in Culver City. It's called the Cannibal Restaurant?
Cannibal, just Cannibal.
The Cannibal Cafe?
Just Cannibal.
Just called Cannibal. So if any of you cannibals are out there who want to meet long-lost relatives, you could go to the place for lunch or dinner in Culver City. Just Google cannibal, and you'll eat your heart out, believe me. Now, I'd like Ina to come up here because she's done so many things in the past few months with this book. She even went to Columbus, Ohio, I believe to Ohio State University, where they have a museum, and her book was placed in that museum for posterity. So Ina is here with her daughter, Nicole, and we're very happy that you brought her. So would you come up here for a few minutes and just tell us how things are going, whether you're serious about this book or are you just interested in it for the money?
Thank you, Irwin. I would like to know, wait a minute. All that noise.
You want it out?
It's off. No, I want it on. I want it in. How's that? Can you hear it? Is it covering my face? It's not supposed to. I would like to know, show of hands in the audience, how many authors here have ever been in it for the money? Yeah, me neither, but thanks for the thought. I would like to tell you a little bit about how this book came to be. I would be driving with my father and my brother, and we'd be in the car, and my father was a great storyteller. And we'd be driving along, and suddenly it wasn't that he stopped the car and made us laugh, or he would drop us off. Thank God it wasn't like that. But what really happened was we'd be driving along, he'd be in the middle of a story, and suddenly, dead silence. And I never worried, because I knew in a minute out would come a cannibal joke. And so I wanted to thank my father. I wanted to thank Irwin. Irwin is so supportive and so creative and so funny that he inspires me. I know he inspires all of you. Irwin even listens when I'm on the radio, and he calls afterwards and he says, "You were great." How many people would do that? It's wonderful. I really appreciate that. I also want to thank Flo Selfman, who actually escorted me to a TV program where we did a show for the book. And not only did she escort me, she kept me entertained and occupied all the way to the show, so in case I was going to get stage fright, it couldn't happen. Because Flo can talk a mile a minute, but in a good way. She gave me a tour all the way. I mean, it was really a lot of fun. So I have a lot of people to thank. I also want to thank my daughter for being here, my daughter for laughing at the jokes. I want to thank my friend Susan, who's absolutely terrific. Susan's also a real support system of her own, and I'm very appreciative she's here. And I want to thank all of you. I just wanted to tell you a couple of other things. In thinking about this book, You Are Who You Eat, there's the cover. I'm showing you this for a reason. When I first wrote the book, I thought, if I'm ever interviewed on this book and I get asked the question, what was the hardest thing about writing this book? I would say transcribing all the notes from the napkins. But in fact, it's turned out that the hardest thing about writing this book is promoting it. You know why? Because, excuse me, it's got boobs on the cover. You cannot promote boobs on Facebook or some other places. So I was going to do a press release at one point that says, Facebook forces author to remove boobs. But thankfully, other people got a hold of me and said, don't do that, you know, you'll be... But if anybody is interested in buying this book tonight, I will tell you it might be a collector's item, because it may be that in order to get this book looked at, I'm going to have to cover the boobs. But guess what's going to cover them if I do that? It's going to be the IRWIN Award. So I just may have to do that, and maybe that wouldn't be a terrible thing. But I did want to say thank you all again. And the category that this book is, that I was given the award for, and thank you for this, most provocative book of the year. So thank you, Irwin.
For a very provocative lady, Ina, here is your award. Don't lose it. You know, whatever you do, you don't lose it.